What's up, Commanders? This is your community manager, Aaron Apoc Kaufman, and welcome to our new On the Hot Seat with the developers of Command & Conquer 4. And to kick things off, we've got Big Mike, executive producer Mike Glosecki. How you doing today, buddy?
Doing good. How you doing?
Good, good. I like the attire. Is there something
Friday.
going on today? Friday?
Ugly Shirt Friday.
Ugly Shirt Friday?
Yeah.
It's a sexy shirt.
Yeah, yeah. Well, my wife doesn't like it, but I'm glad you like it, Aaron.
I do. I kind of went for the normal plain blue today.
I like it.
So the purpose of this new feature is to get to know you, Big Mike. Are you excited about that?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
There's millions of people out there, millions of fans of yours that actually want to know intimate details outside the bedroom, of course, and the bathroom and all that kind of stuff. So we want to get to know the man behind CNC4. So let's kick things off with a little fun question here. We're going to run through these. I know you don't have any idea what I'm going to ask you, so don't take offense to any of these questions, please.
Of course not.
So first up, why do they call you Big Mike?
Well,
oh,
how's that?
I think you're a little off camera there now.
I think
if we do a comparison,
there you go.
Yeah,
I'm Big Mike.
Okay, and I'm Short Apoc. Good enough answer. And so you are an executive producer. What do you do? What's your daily role like?
Oh, my job is to make sure that the developers on the team have what they need to get their job done, to tie everything together, make sure the designers have everything they need, to have the people working with them to get their features done, to make sure that the company knows what the product is and where we are in development. So I'm sort of the guy that ties everything together, the glue, if you will, of the project.
And I know you do have some control over the budget. I mean, do you watch how much lunch money people spend and things like that?
Well, Jeff Charbot, who's our senior development director, my partner in crime, if you will, he spends more of the time looking over the budget. I review that just infrequently.
All right.
It's not that exciting. I mean, budget stuff is not exciting.
But being an executive producer is.
Oh, I love it. Love it.
Yeah. So, what's the first game that you ever worked on?
Well, depends on what do you mean, as a producer or as a tester. So I started out.
You started as a tester, really?
I started out in QA. One of the first games I ever worked on was Doom 2.
Doom 2.
In 1992.
That's a big tip of the hat to the fans watching right now.
Absolutely. I've always loved RTS games. I mean, it was such a thrill back then because you could tell that these, Doom 2 was changing the way these hardcore hex-based war games we used to play.
Absolutely.
Changed the way those games played. Made it more accessible, in my opinion, and just more fun in general to play. But yeah, I started out as a tester. The first full game that I worked on as a producer was a title called Jam It for the Genesis, which was a street basketball
I was
game.
like 8 years old when you were working on that, I think.
Yeah, I'm getting old now. I'm getting old. But that was the first game, and that was at a small company called Virgin Interactive back in early '90s.
Itty bitty company.
Just a little company.
Yeah.
They owned another small company called Westwood. So,
I think I know those guys.
you might. You might.
Quite the lineage going on here, huh? Lots of history. So I think most people, in fact, probably pretty much everybody, has no clue what you first worked on when you started at EA. I know, and I think it's going to be a welcome surprise to everybody, considering CNC4.
Oh, you mean the first Westwood title I worked on for EA, or?
No, your first EA title, or when EA purchased Westwood, you were working for Westwood at the
Oh
time?
no, I was working for Westwood. Sorry.
So your first EA title?
Yeah, my first EA title, or one of the first, was Earth and Beyond. I was the online producer at EA Com, was making sure they had the technology, the databases, everything they needed to get their job done. And Motor City Online, a bunch of early MMOs that EA was trying to do.
You're big on MMOs.
Love MMOs. Yeah, World of Warcraft. I'll play that game a lot. Play Warhammer Online quite a bit as well. Love that style of play.
And I hear you can't play MMOs without a bottle of wine.
On Fridays.
On Fridays.
Fridays, yeah.
Okay. Ugly Shirt Friday
Cabernet.
plus bottle of wine, Cabernet.
Yeah. And stinky cheese.
Stinky cheese.
Yeah. Got to be at least a year old.
I'm a cheddar fan.
Yeah. Yeah. Me too.
Nice. Favorite movie of all time?
Favorite movie of all time, probably Excalibur, John Borman's film. I think it's about 1982. Just a great movie, great story. Obviously, the tale of King Arthur. But that's probably my favorite movie. It's certainly isn't the most dramatic in terms of movie, and isn't the movie that has most of the special effects that you would expect someone to say is their favorite movie. But it's just a really well put together story, and he chose the right moments from the Arthurian legend to put in his movie. It's a great film, and it's stuck with me. I remember my mom taking me to see it. She probably shouldn't have. I was pretty young to see it, but love the hell out of it, and probably watched it about 2 times a year.
Awesome. I'm a big Back to the Future fan myself from the 80s. That's kind of my favorite movie of all time, personally.
Okay.
Favorite game of all time?
Favorite game of all time?
There's only a million out there.
Well, any Command & Conquer game, first of all.
Whoa!
I have to say that.
You threw that one out there.
Favorite game of all time? You know, that's a challenge. I mean, I've been playing games for a long time. I have a couple of favorites. I'm going to just go with that. Archon. If you guys remember that from EA's early history.
Absolutely.
Not because I work at EA, I'm a
Sure.
fan
You're
of
not
that,
biased.
but it was a great game where you had this chessboard, and as you move these pieces around, they got together, and then you would actually fight. But unlike battle chess, you actually controlled the movements of the units. So it was like a little arcade game. It was just a blast. I actually got a hard drive for the C64, just so it was not a hard drive, sorry, a disc drive, just so I could play this game. It's the only game that didn't come on a cassette.
You had to go like so far just to play a game to its utmost quality back in the day.
Yeah.
I used to love battle chess on the Apple Mac.
Battle chess was cool.
Yeah.
Too,
I dug that hardcore.
Arkham, I was thinking another favorite, if you want to talk about classic favorites, Wasteland. Love that game. Played it all the way through my C64, and then I got a PC and played through it again. I tend to like, if you want to talk about favorites, more of the hardcore type of stuff, RPGs, RTSs. But I play games all the time on my PC, on my 360, on my PS3. That's about all I do at home.
Well, considering that, Big Mike, big question: controller or keyboard?
Controller or keyboard? Well, if I'm playing on the PC, keyboard. If I'm playing on console, controller.
Oh, well, that was a down the line answer. What's up with that?
For RTS or for shooters?
For anything. What do you prefer?
So
You're at home.
so for RTS, I actually do think that you can use a controller. And what I found to be good about the controller, and I know that a lot of people are going to disagree with me, but I found what's good about the controller is my ability to control the camera movement, and rotate it, and zoom in and out. Something I can't do very easily on the PC. Changed the experience, especially when I was playing Battle for Middle Earth. Changed the experience because it made it more cinematic.
Mm-hmm.
It made it more so I could see what I wanted to see. It's a lot harder to do that on our RTS controls for PC.
I agree.
But I think you'll find some people will like the ability to easily map control groups and stuff like that, and that is certainly easier on the PC.
agree.
But if you're going to talk about shooters, I'm a purist. It's keyboard and mouse all the way.
Of course, of course. Yeah, actually, the Battle for Earth was the very first game that I worked on at EA, which you may not know. But
Yeah, you do.
I do, CNC, love it. I miss Lord of the Rings big time. Love that franchise.
Yeah,
love
me
that
too.
universe.
Yeah, big fan.
So, what do we got up next here? So, Big Mike, if you could be any unit or character in Command & Conquer, in the whole universe, Red Alert, Generals, Type Ram, which one?
That's I think a great question. I probably would be, if you want to talk, more classic, they're probably a Mammoth tank.
You're a classic guy.
But if you want to talk, current, what we're doing, and sort of bringing a unit back, Mastodon. And I'm already on the Mastodon. I'm the voice of the damn thing right now until
We just call you the Big
get an actor
Mastodon.
on it. Yeah, you just call me Big Mastodon. That'd be cool.
I kind of like that.
Yeah.
That might grow on me. All right, a couple more questions here. Someone wants to know if you like hot babes in Command & Conquer.
Do I like hot babes?
Yeah, hot
anymore?
babes.
I mean, what red-blooded American guy doesn't, I guess, like
I don't know.
hot babes in Command & Conquer? Yeah, of course I do.
Tanya or Natasha?
Tanya or Natasha? Oh, I gotta go Tanya. I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry to me. I agree with you.
I have to
I'm
go
100%
Tanya.
with you.
You know.
I'm kind of old school Tanya. Jenny McCarthy was awesome, but
Yeah, Carrie Were.
Yeah.
Back in the day. Yeah.
yeah. All right, last question. Kane or Raj Joshi? Who wins?
Kane or Raj Yoshi? Well, I've worked with Raj for a long time now, about 7 years at EA. But I've actually known Joe, who plays Kane, since about 1993, and I would say Kane all the way.
Yeah?
Yeah. Guy that doesn't age, you don't mess with a guy that doesn't age. I'm sorry.
I think Raj Joshi's going to go boom, boom, boom on his ass. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think
that.
he's going to try, but
That might have came out wrong, by the way.
Yeah,
But
I think that Josh would try, but yeah, I think Kane just give him the hairy eyeball, and Joe should just calm right on down and walk out of the room.
Well, I think that's a fair assessment, and it's a good thing Raj is gone for a couple of weeks right now, so we can
absolutely.
just talk some smack about him.
Absolutely, on his stage, no less.
So, is there any last thing you want to say to all of your loving fans out there?
Oh, well, I hope they're not my loving fans. I hope that people out there would actually be fans of Command & Conquer. But I'm looking forward to telling you guys more about Command & Conquer 4 as we develop it, and I'm looking forward to having people actually play it as we start rolling beta out over the coming months. So, hope you guys enjoy the game, and talk to you soon.
All right, Big Mike. You've been on the hot seat. That's all for now. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, sir.